Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your next series. Just a couple of reminders before we go into it. Firstly, this is not to replace your health practitioner's advice. Always consult with your health advisor before starting any exercises. And next, please remember that it's not a certified course. It is a self-help to reach as many people as we can, with the world being in the state it is in the moment, to help to release stress, anxiety, depression, and any other psychosomatic disorders. If, however, you do get to a space where you feel that you'd like to teach this, please check in the description below. There's all the details of how you can register to become a teacher. Also in the description below, we're going to pop a couple of extra movies on the subject that you may be interested in having a look at. And you'll also find our email address. There you can also register for the course. You'll see our website there also, and the website has our shop on with a lot of our products on, so maybe pop on and have a look at that. And lastly, everyone that knows me very well knows that I don't need to be liked, but I do ask for like, subscribe, join, and share. If this is to get to as many people as possible, we need you to do this. And so it's not for me, but for all the people that are in dire need. This could save a life. So have a think about that and enjoy the next series. A very warm welcome back, and today we go on to the last chakra. Last week we were talking about the third eye point, Ajna, which related to perception. I wonder if you noticed. I do have another top. So yeah, we're going to dive into Sahasrara, the seventh chakra, and that translation is 1,000-fold because the picture is a lotus flower with 1,000 petals. It's located at the top of your head where the baby has the little soft spot after it's born, and the parts of the body that it relates to are the pituitary gland, the cerebral cortex, the meridian plexus, the central nervous system, and this chakra has to do with thought and information. When balanced, it manifests as understanding, union, and knowing. And this is a place where enlightenment can happen. Enlightenment is all-knowing, where we know everything naturally, having tapped into universal consciousness. We come to an understanding that everything around us, the world, is an illusion, that Creator is real, and that we are none other but a part of the Creator. In essence, a tiny drop of the Creator. And with that, we come to a different understanding of life, and we have a knowing of this. And that brings about union, and union is we are one, all together as one. So when unbalanced, it manifests as closed-mindedness, depression, alienation, confinement, confusion, cerebral tumors, insanity, worry, and psychosis. You can understand closed-mindedness, depression, and confinement and confusion all comes from not knowing our complete makeup, who we are, that we are finite and infinite at the same time, and how to work with them together. Having this awareness takes us a lot further along the road of coming to that space. So just becoming aware of all of this stuff, it becomes apparent that the mind, the body, and the emotions all work in conjunction with each other and intricately together. And it's apparent that the emotional issues create any energy flow blockages in the body, which manifests as conditions in the physical body. So I hope that this has been of help to you, and it's just shed a little bit of light on different areas of your life. The practice for the seventh chakra is meditation, period. Meditation. And this is exactly why we need to be doing the full practice of yoga, all 8 limbs, and not just the asana part. We need to be practicing everything. We have a physical body, we have a non-physical body. The physical body, if you do not cleanse it, if you do not brush your teeth, if you do not shower, it may begin to smell. Now, can you imagine if it could smell our thoughts and feelings? That could be quite an incredible smell. So they also need to be cleansed, and on a daily basis. So this has to become a new lifestyle of taking care of ourselves multi-dimensionally. The questions that you can ask if it's balanced or not: do you meditate every day at the same place in the same time? The reason we start off like this is because it becomes part of a routine. A child would get up in the morning, it would go and wash its face and go to the bathroom, then it would go on to have something to eat, it would then go back and brush its teeth and get ready. And having that kind of a routine, even if it's a grown-up person, you will feel if you've missed something out, and you'll feel it for the whole day. I know if I go without my practice in the morning, it's very, very seldom, but if we have to go to pick up somebody that's on an early flight and we're so far from the airport, it does happen sometimes. And I will feel out of sync until I come back and actually do my practice. So it's just about training ourselves, and the more you do it, it's exactly the same as writing exams. You study and study and study, you write your exams, and now it's the end of the year, and now you feel like there's something missing, like you need to be studying or doing something. So that's all that we're doing. Are you aware of your own thoughts, actions, and motivations or intentions? Most people are not aware of these things. Our own thoughts, we've got 1,000 thoughts going on all the time. Some we're aware of, some we're not. Our actions, our motivations and intentions. A lot of people are not aware of their motivations and intentions. And it's not because they're bad or ugly or anything like that. All it is that we've been taught to look at everybody outside ourselves and everything outside ourselves. We are programmed to look at that all the time. Now, intention is a very important thing. That is what creates everything. And if you're coming with pure intention, you will attract only good things. Again, nobody knows what your intention is, only you do. For argument's sake, intention, some people may do something in the workplace or wherever it may be, at school, and they are trying to be noticed or be liked for doing it. That is not a pure intention. Somebody might do something in the workplace to be better than somebody else. That is not a pure intention. A pure intention comes from doing something with kindness, walking an old lady across the street, okay, with the intention of being kind and helping her, not because there's somebody of the opposite sex standing across the road that you actually like a lot and you want to impress them. That is an impure intention. So we have to be very aware of these, and our awareness grows more of our thoughts, our words, our actions, our intentions, as we balance all the chakras, and we become more aware of thoughts and words and intentions that we are holding, and we're able to work with them. The next is, do you trust a higher power? Whichever your higher power is, okay? Do you feel abandoned? Do you trust that you're connected to the universe and that it supports you? Believe you me, time after time, year after year, my husband knows it too, all the many things, when it looks like everything's going wrong, the things that just pop up at the last moment, and I always say, Creator has my back. Creator has my back, and that's exactly how it works. Do you love what you do and do what you love? Oh, yes, I do. Do you feel connected to everyone and everything? And that starts growing as we come to a different realization that we're all one big family. So the balance of the anatomy of the energy body for this particular part of the study includes prana, which is our life force. We've spoken about it. It is subtle in nature. Apana is the elimination force. Then we have nadis, which is a network of psychic channels through which our energies flow, okay? The pranic forces flow. And it goes through each of the chakras, connecting them. They reside in the subtle body and correspond to the nerves in the physical body, but they are not nerves, they are channels through which the energy flows. If you have a look at this picture over here, we have the medical cadences. And this is actually the picture of the energy flow of the non-physical body. At the bottom, you'll see there's a snake that coils from the right-hand side, going up through each and every single chakra until it gets to the right side of the third eye point. That is called Pingala. And Pingala is your energetic, on-the-go, motivational energy. It is masculine, and it relates to the sympathetic nervous system in the physical body. On the left-hand side, there's another snake, just a symbol, that goes up through each and every single chakra and stops at the third eye point on the left-hand side. That is called Ida, and that is your feminine, laid-back, relaxed energy. Okay, and it relates to the parasympathetic nervous system in the physical body. The masculine energy is the sun, Surya, and the feminine energy is the moon, and that is basically how they operate. Now, it is a symbol that is of the snakes, and when we show that symbol, everybody says, that's evil, snakes are evil. But there it is there in the medical caduceus, the sign that sits outside the doctor's rooms, and it's quite fine and good to be there. So here we have a perception again. So what happens with that is that there has to be an equal flow of energy through both, all right? And when balance happens in all the chakras and there is an equal flow of energy, there is the Sushumna is the staff that goes up the middle over here, okay? And what happens is there is a symbol again of a coiled snake at the bottom. It's not a snake, it's just a representation. And when both energies are flowing together, the Sushumna opens and the Kundalini rises through each and every single chakra, opening them up and goes straight through the crown of the head. And that is when full enlightenment happens. So those are your three main nadis, the Sushumna, the Pingala, the Ida, masculine and feminine energy, and that there has to be a balance between both of them. And we know that in the physical body also, because remember we said that the sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive because we're in rush all the time, and we're not relaxing, taking time out. And that is why we've got to bring balance to everything, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally too. And the last one is the aura we spoke about. It's a sphere of electromagnetic energy that surrounds our physical body. So I hope that was of interest to you. We'll be going into next week the 8 limbs of yoga, the full practice, and then we'll be going through each one at a time. So until then, have a lovely week and see you next week.